Hello, my name is Greg Norman. I work in electrical audio. I'm going to show you how to calibrate this tape machine. It's an ATR-102 Ampex 2-track. First step is you want to clean the machine. Make sure every speck of dust is off it. You want the tape running smooth and unobstructed across those heads. Now, you want to get an alcohol-soaked Q-tip. Now, the alcohol should be 90% or more alcohol. You don't want any water in there. There's very little water in this alcohol. And then you want to clean the tape path, everything that the tape comes in contact with. Starting with the repro head on the right, just the center line. The record head, the erase head, any guideposts or tape lifters, you want to clean those up really well. There's one over here on the ATR that's hard to reach sometimes. You just be careful not to knock the repro head around. And then any other metal parts in the path, like these guide rollers. And save this for later. Okay, now that the machine is clean, we want to calibrate the repro electronics using reference tones. Now this could either be from tones from an earlier session or with the magnetic reference laboratory test tape. I'm going to take the test tape, mount it on the machine, and rewind it to the part of the tape that corresponds to the speed and EQ that we're using. In this case, it's 30 inches per second, and there's only one EQ for that, so. Okay, now that the test tape's loaded, we got to check the azimuth. To get access to that screw, you got to take the head cover off very carefully and straight up. There we go. And take a hex screw, then play the 1 kilohertz tone first while looking at the oscilloscope, which we've patched into the outputs of the 2-track. The far right screw hole is the repro azimuth screw, and you need an Allen wrench to adjust it. That looks good. Let me try the 10 kilohertz tone.
10 kilohertz.
Ooh, that looks sick. Let me make it look sicker. You want to line up the waveforms so that they're right on top of each other. Or as much as they can be anyway. All good. Now we're going to calibrate the repro electronics. That's the repro level, or repro gain in this case, and repro high frequency. We'll play a 1 kilohertz tone off the test tape and adjust the repro gain so that the meter reads 0. You can do this for both channels at the same time. Now I'll play the 10 kilohertz tone and adjust the high frequency gain. All done. All right, now we're done calibrating the repro electronics. Let's spin the MRL tape off and do the record side. So remember we had to keep that head block cover off for a little while. This is why. We got to do the record head azimuth. And you do that by recording a 1 kilohertz tone, adjusting the head azimuth, then a 10 kilohertz tone and adjusting the azimuth a little bit finer than that. So let's record the 1K tone by arming the 2 channels. The record head azimuth screw is just to the left of the playback screw. So this is the playback head screw, or repro head, and this is the record head screw for the azimuth. The first step in the record calibration process is doing bias. And there's 2 spots on the ATR where you can actually adjust that. At the bottom of the audio cards, there's a pot that adjusts it individually for each channel. and there's a master bias pot at the audio control board. You can leave the audio control board master bias level alone. That's only adjusted once in a while, and if something goes wrong. We'll just be focusing down here on these two pots. So we're recording to old BASF 911 tape, which for this machine at this speed, 30 inches per second, it's 1 dB over bias. It'll be different for every brand of tape and every speed and every machine. So you just have to look in your manual to find out which over bias is correct for your tape. I'm going to record a 10 kilohertz tone and adjust the bias to find the peak. I'll do it on channel 1 first. Going up, and I see the peak is about there and it starts falling off. So I'm going to increase the gain to find that peak again. And there it is. And I'm going to go down 1 dB from there, increasing the gain. That's about 1 dB down. So now that channel is biased. All right, now you're ready to do the record gain adjustment. And you want to send a 1 kilohertz tone at 0 VU to the tape machine. And you can confirm that by putting the tape machine on input and making sure the levels are at 0 VU when you send the tone to it. Put it back in repro and record the 1K tone and adjust the record gain at the right speed for 0 on the VU meter. Done. Now you want to do the record high frequency adjustment. On the ATR, they call that two different things, EQ and shelf. We have the 4-speed audio board, which gives you those two different adjustments, a shelf and an EQ adjustment. The shelf is a broad EQ that adjusts the treble of the record path. The EQ pot is a bell-shaped curve EQ adjustment that I think the center frequency is around 15K or something. That one you leave alone, the EQ pot you leave alone. It should be adjusted by a technician once in a while. But we'll record 10K, again, feeding 10K to the machine at 0 dBVU, and we'll adjust the shelf pot, shelf record, until it's at 0. On some crappier machines, the needle might be bouncing around a little bit. You want to make sure that it bounces roughly averaging around the target level, which would be 0 VU. And the last step of this process is doing the repro low frequency equalization. We like to use 100 hertz sent to the tape machine at 0 VU, just like all the other tones. Record it, and make it 0 again. Now, since the tape machine is irregular in lower frequencies, you might want to experiment around 40 hertz to 120 hertz to discover what the sweet spot of your particular machine is, depending on the playback head. I like using 100, so that's that. All right, you're all calibrated and ready to roll. All that's left to do is print the tones.